Peace be with you. Welcome back to Healing Life with Positivity 24/7, 365, 365 and 24/7. This is a platform dedicated to my inner child. So from my inner child to your inner child, congratulations. Look and or realize how far you've come. Celebrate how much you have overcome, and the fact that you are still alive is a blessing. All is well. If you are new to this platform, welcome. Come on in. I love you for free. I send you peace, love, and light. Whatever the circumstance, just know that it's always going to work out in your favor. Be that as it may, bring your higher self. Bring your good vibrations. When this video finds you, I promise you, it will absolutely be right on time. If you're returning back to this channel, you already know what it is. You are my beautiful, amazing, high vibrational, ascending soul tribe family. And I send you so much peace, love, and light. Come on in and let's just get to this spiritual session. I always like to start these sessions out, with taking a deep breath. Normally there's 3 deep breaths, but I think one really good inhale and exhale that represents going with the flow, pushing away all the debris, right? I know we're going through a really huge ascension by way of Mercury retrograde. 12:22 on my clock. What a beautiful reminder. Catching all the synchronicities, divine soulmate coming in, divine partnerships, good friendships are coming in. And so we are literally preparing ourselves mentally, physically, spiritually to receive beautiful energy, right? After so much has happened, after overcoming so much, now this is a position that you are now putting yourself in. I'm putting myself in, where we open ourselves up to receive and we feel deserving of all good things coming in. So we're going to start out, hopefully you're somewhere where your feet are firmly planted on the ground, or maybe you're listening to this before bedtime. I'm so glad. You're going to have sweet and beautiful dreams and visions. You are well, all is well. But let's take this nice deep breath, right? I just heard my higher self say, I let it go and I go with the flow. Let it go. Whatever it is, it could be a person, place, or thing. The remnants, right? Sometimes we go through things by way of trauma, and sometimes there's little remnants, right? Little triggers there. It's time to completely let those things go, right? Even the word triggered, is going to mean something different to you from here on out, right? So remember those other triggers, those ones that you're getting rid of, the ones that maybe used to trigger you into certain emotional reactions, right? Be that as it may, let's just say, what do we want to call it now? Okay, so sadness turned to joy, anger turned to understanding, depression turn to feeling, turn that feeling into feeling free. Depression usually is a form of feeling trapped, not being able to be oneself, right? God forbid, you're forbidding it. And so now the universe is opening up portals and divine realms for us to be in position to receive this. So for those of you that follow the planets, look at how beautiful this is, y'all. This is the shamanic 24 relax. Look at how nice that looks. Can y'all see that? It just kind of looks like a rainforest. It's the sounds of the Indian music, the flute. I don't know why I call it Indian music. Well, shamanic, yeah. It reminds me of my Indian ancestors. It's like a call to a high vibration, shamanic energy within me, within you. And I truly believe that these sounds have healing abilities, calming effects. But I love the appearance of this. I absolutely would love to go there in real life, and so we can, and so we will, and so we just did, and so we celebrate the fact that we're traveling. But this looks like it is a rainforest, okay? It's beautiful. Nevertheless, I just wanted to share that beautiful visual with you. So let's just see what's going on, okay? We're going to get some good messages from our beautiful angels. I just heard Earth Angel, you're exactly where you need to be. Somebody comment that down below. I'm exactly where I need to be and all is well. Listen. Yes, I just heard all that is within me. I am blessed and highly favored. Okay, so we got positive affirmations coming through. Look at my inner child. She's so happy. It makes me feel happy for her, you know, because look at what we did. You know, when you get that vision in your mind's eye, whether you do this out loud or quietly, you can't mess up this spiritual exercise, okay? And you just think about that little face and you think about the little version of you, okay? And you just remind yourself of when things appeared to be simple. And even when they weren't simple, you realize, knowing now, that it was really never that complicated. This is a life that you chose. What does that mean? Before you came into the spirit, you know, you chose this life. You and the divine made an agreement. Here you are. And when you got here, things, you know, were a little bit different. And you're like, wait a minute, I signed up for this? Yes, you did. But in that, realizing that you have absolutely everything that you need in order to complete the assignments. Assignments. You've completed so many up until this point. Congratulations. Listen. Come on in, my beautiful soul tribe. I love y'all so much. Soul tribe. Love and light. Soul tribe. I love you so much. I love you, soul tribe. Listen, so first card says, blend into the environment. Number 36. Go ahead, you can take it. No, this right here. It's on this side. No, I need that. You can take that though. So this says number 36. 6 plus 3, 6, 7, 8, 9. 9 represents transformation. You know, it just reminds me of fully getting into this new version of self. What does she look like? What does he look like, right? At every level, there's always a new opportunity for you to be somebody different, right? Authentically, because of what you've learned up until this point. There's no way you can be the same after what you've gone through. For some of you, you've gone through near-death experiences, people doing spell work over you, people putting graveyard dirt in your food, right? You thought you was crazy and you knew you weren't, and somehow you made peace in the underworld when people tried to bury you. And then you realize, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I'm chosen? You know, for a lot of you, the revelation behind being chosen came in a way that wasn't easy. Because we didn't just wake up and we were like, oh, I'm chosen, I'm an earth angel. It was when you met death, or when you had that scare, or, you know, you're seeing shadows and spirits and you realize, like, dang, people putting stuff in my food, or, oh God, my lover tried to kill me, or whatever the circumstance, or even if you never went through any of that, that's just for a certain group of people. If you had not gone through that, do you not know that you would not have realized just how angelic your DNA is? These people were never, ever, ever in a position of power. Your enemy has always been your teacher. They were never in a position of power. But had you not gone through that, you would not know and or understand to the fullest capacity just how blessed, protected you are, and just how serious your God is about you. I hear source of all things saying. So listen, come on in here. So this card says, because number 9 reminds me of scorpionic energy, transformation, resurrection. This says, blend into the environment. You have many skills to fit into any situation. I just heard Spirit say spiritual chameleon. Yeah, but authentically, right? Okay, you know how to fit into any situation, environment. If you know how to fit into any situation, then you have the power to change the energy in any environment. You are the peace that surpasses all understanding. And where there is no peace, you know how to stump your feet and walk away, and your peace shall return unto you. Where there is no peace, there is no liberty, and you will never ever have to be in circumstances like that. When you're dependent, sometimes you're kind of under somebody's roof, right? Under their dominion. You're dependent, you're depending on them to raise you, for shelter, all that. Well, listen, it was all a part of the divine plan. And so now life is really beautiful now that you have a full understanding of that. These are downloads too, y'all. I'm getting spiritual downloads as I'm talking to y'all. On the clock, it says 12:31, and I'm reading this as 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So something's in divine order by way of where you're supposed to be. Something could have been, you know, maybe seeming as though it was taking a long time. Thank you, Spirit. Okay, I don't want to flip my cards, but I'm getting clairaudient messages from the angels. Thank you, Source. This says, take time to assess what is going on around you and in you. Calibrating your emotions is going to be your best avenue, because this is how the internal world molds and shapes the external existence. Adapt accordingly. Don't y'all love that card? The underworld, the underwater world. You know, I love water. I'm a water person. Water is a very powerful element. Water can cleanse you, heal you, drown you, okay? But if you just surrender to the water, you won't get drowned. You will float. Right? You ever seen somebody trying to go against the current? That's how life is. You know, you could have been like that before, doing things, forcing relationships, you know, trying to make something fit that just don't fit. And so you had to quit. And when you surrendered, you started to float. You started going with the flow. Listen, go with the flow, baby. Let it go and go with the flow. So look, this is so funny. Ironically, spirit guides are so funny. This says total submersion, which reminds me of total submission to life. Ooh. Don't be afraid to totally immerse yourself in a project or passion, interest, or a goal. Give it 100% of your energy, and you may find what your life has been lacking. The number 32, 3 plus 2 is 5. 5 represents change. You could be seeing 555, 333, 222 come through. You absolutely are seeing 333. I love that. This says love where you are. So a lot of this really, y'all, is about going with the flow. It really is. What is this on the counter, y'all? You know, I'm real particular. What is that? Can y'all see that? Look, y'all like, what? I'm in the middle of everything. I'm like, hold up. What is going on? My candle. Okay, nevertheless, listen. Thank you for letting me be myself. So try. 12:33 on the clock. We go with the flow. Listen. Number 24, it says love where you are. Yeah, use your sensitivity to know when to act. This is about discernment. Feeling when you need to go with the flow, when you need to stand still, when you need to peace be still. Yeah, knowing the difference between the two will always be your best asset. You know what's so wonderful about these messages is that I'm always listening and taking in the lessons as well. So I feel so grateful to be used by Source as a channel, as a tool to put these messages out. Like, I thank the Most High for my voice. I thank the Most High for brain activity, for intelligence, surrendering, right? Because just like this card said, total submersion, that means totally putting all of who you are in whatever it is that you're doing. Like 100% of me right now is present in giving y'all this good energy. And I know you feel it, because I can feel it. This is beautiful. I pray that this energy is viral. I pray that it goes all over the world and touches everybody who needs it, and that it becomes contagious by way of high vibrations. It's a good thing to get addicted to. Positivity. 24/7, 365. 365 and 24/7, obsessively, compulsively, deliberately, just submerging yourself in nothing but 100% positivity. Period. Listen, this says use your sensitivity. Connect your heart to your head when determining what you would like to do. Head over heart decision. You know, somebody told me one time, you know, this person said the best thing you can do is control your emotions. It was actually a message that was given to a friend of mine right before her dad passed away. He told her, he said, baby, the best thing I can tell you is to learn to control your emotions. And so that message became contagious. This was a really good friend of mine, and he had passed away, but that message lived on. Something about the power of words. He left us with a gem, because I really downloaded that into my system. You know, when you are an empath, when you channel energy, when you can feel energy, you're very sensitive to energy. You feel. So if somebody's in pain, you can feel that, right? So to be able to control your energy is absolutely going to set a tone for changing the energy for somebody else, or holding a space of love and light and peace until they're able to hold it on their own. And then you hope that they go and do the same for somebody else, and that person does the same for the next person. This is how we become the golden link in a chain of good for one another. So says Florence Scovel Shan. I think that was the book that I read that in. A lot of people don't know I'm an avid reader, or I was. I need to get back to reading, but I've read a lot of books. Kind of like a nerd in a sense, you know what I mean? But I grew up in the ghetto. Listening to classical music in Compton, you know what I mean? When it was like drugs and all kinds of stuff going on around me, like my neighborhood changed. Child, I had a nice bathtub and I was in there burning candles at 13 years old with incense. My mom be like, don't burn incense. I just felt compelled to burn incense, you know, and play classical music. Child, in the middle of what appeared to be a tumultuous time, I thank the Most High. Looking back in hindsight, I was always a little baby shaman. My 13-year-old self, she's laughing. She's so funny. She was cute. She still is. Listen, this says, amble and contentment. Amble with contentment, excuse me. Waiting rather than acting. So this is telling me one must be mindful to know when to hold and know when to fold. Know when to hold them, know when to fold them. Listen, you got to know when to stay and when to go. This is discernment. All these cards are about going with the flow, knowing that you're at the right place at the right time, knowing that things are in divine timing, they're coming in order. For something that could appear to have been taking a long time could absolutely happen really quickly or faster than what you had anticipated when looking back in hindsight, right? Yeah, this is about anxious energy or antsy energy, or, you know, you're so ready for this new beginning. It is here. We are absolutely in the retrograde energy. That's what I was going to mention earlier in the video, child. I got to really slow down these downloads because sometimes they just flow. I got so many angelic messages, child, and I just want to get them all out. And I'm learning to breathe. But I want to read that message after this one, because I said for those people that are following the moon cycles, you should know that we're in a very clearing energy right now. Between now and December, retrograde energy. This is a big purge. It's huge. Whew. Nevertheless. Waiting rather than acting, knowing when to wait is going to be the most advantageous move. You have the advantage when you know how to wait. So hold on, y'all, because I want to read this to y'all. And I saw this somewhere and I was like, yo, I'm saying this every day to myself. One thing I'll do is if I see affirmations, I'll take them and say them to myself every day, okay? So this says, Chiron retrograde. 156 days of intense healing. 5 months, the number 5, change, of karmic cleansing, burning away old grudges, deep emotional and spiritual wounds, whole new cycles, whole, WHOLE, complete, totality, 100%, submerging yourself completely into a whole new existence, an entirely different world, which is calling for you to be somebody you have never been before. So this is the time that you get very, very creative with who you are conceiving and or conserving yourself to be. Conservation, self-preservation, knowing when to hold them, knowing when to fold them, knowing when to stand, knowing when to walk, knowing when to run. One has to be grounded. I swear, I'm listening to these messages with y'all. But nevertheless, it says a whole new cycle and new relationships, burning away low vibe feelings that come from rejection. So we're going to say this together. I burn away low vibrations, any feelings, grudges, deep emotional wounds, childhood wounds, spiritual wounds that come from rejection, abandonment, humiliation, betrayal, injustice, and any other wounds from negative experience, burning away guilt, fear, blame, shame, sin, hatred, all bitterness, all unforgiveness, and any other baggage that does not serve my highest good or those people around me. I dedicate myself to committing to accepting the fact that clearing away any evil thoughts is the best thing for me at this point in my life. I clear away all evil eyes, any curses, generational curses, silent curses, hexes by myself and or others have now been burned away, bringing in much needed relief, allowing faith to grow in me, hope to awaken in me, destined realignments to be my most beautiful asset, removing people who are not on my frequency with love and light. They will easily fall away. I wish them peace. I wish them love. I hope they find their way, but I'm absolutely enjoying the fact that I have found a new journey. Bring with me the right people at the right time, at the right moments. So July 26th to December 29th, okay? So this has been going on for a little bit. So if you're feeling that ebb and flow, okay, of just kind of like, you know, happy, this, that, whatever it is, it's a purge, it's a cleanse, okay? You know, it doesn't have to feel topsy-turvy. If you're feeling topsy-turvy all over the place, emotionally with the retrograde moon and all of that, okay? And Cancerian energy and all that good stuff, my best recommendation, let that shit go. Hold on, y'all, my earbud fell out. Let that shit go, you hear me? Surrender it. Submerge yourself into something that you really like to do. Lately, I've been singing a lot more lately. I don't know if I told y'all, but when I went through like a really traumatic experience, I stopped singing for years. And then when I tried to start back, I couldn't find my voice. And I was like talking to Source like, oh my God. And Spirit made it clear. Spirit was like, well, you were given a gift to sing. Your singing is healing, not just for other people, but for me too. Like when I sing, it sends a vibration through my body that feels really good. And so I cried trying to find my voice again. And so when I started to sing again, I did it unapologetically. Like I didn't care if it was my note. I was just glad that I had a voice again. Ciao. We'll put it in the book, put it in the movie. Maybe I'll tell y'all about it later. But it was a beautiful experience of appreciation. It was a beautiful opportunity for me to understand appreciation for something that came easy to me, right? As a gift. You know, let us not take our gifts for granted. You don't know how much you appreciate doing something that you love to do until you're not able to do it. So whatever that something is that you love to do, Do more of that. Obsessively, compulsively, deliberately, like carve out time to do that. If you want to pick a flower and that makes you happy, pick that flower. I don't like picking flowers, although I do buy fresh flowers from the store. But I read one time this beautiful proverb that said, if you love a flower, let it grow. Don't pick it, because the moment you pick it, it ceases to be alive. It dies. And I'm like, oh my God. But I still buy flowers from the store. It's just what it is. But I'm using that as an example. So whatever you love to do, okay? Maybe you like to tie your shoes. Who knows? Maybe you just like to sit and, stare out at the sky. Whatever that is, do more of that and make time for that, right? Unapologetically. Don't curb your enthusiasm. I hope that for you and myself. Holy Spirit, beautiful angels, show us what it is that we need to see. I needed this session, y'all. Can I just talk to y'all? Can we have a real conversation? Spiritual court ain't no joke. Not only that, I'm channeling like people's passed over loved ones. So as I've gone through this ascension, I realized, surprise, I got a new gift to talk to yes, I know we talk to spirit, source of all things, right? But people's ancestors are coming to me. My ears are ringing right now. This has been something that I have not been going with the flow with as much as I could have, and now I'm surrendering to it. Oh, it's brought so much peace in my life when you answer the call. Don't go against the grain. So now that I'm able to do that, child, the downloads are deep. But I needed a break from spiritual court. I'm like, let me go to the other platform because, I need a break from spiritual court. At the same time, I'm grateful because as I surrender more to the fact that that's just what I have to do, that it's a gift, there's peace in it for me. There's joy in it. Again, going against the grain. You ever seen somebody go against the grain? Child, I tried to go against the grain one time and almost lost my life. That's a whole nother spiritual session on a whole nother spiritual day. Nevertheless, this card says trust. I always like to show y'all the colors because I believe that colors are very relaxing. Yellow, mellow yellow. This says trust. So this affirmation says, I trust my life and my strengths. Each moment guides me to the light. Everything on my path is placed there for my growth. Ooh, I love it. Everything, be it good, bad, or indifferent. Now it's time for things just to be good. I'm going to be honest. I feel like up until this point, wherever you are on your spiritual journey, I feel like most of the people that I'm encountering are people that have encountered enough lessons to decide how they want to surrender to life or continue going against the grain. It really is a conscious decision. It really is about free will. So I've decided to just keep it easy, breezy, nice and greasy and just be light on myself. I really am sitting in that, it is what it is type of an energy. I'm sitting in that, okay, let's just go with the flow. Really, because in that, there's some type of peace. It's like a trust fall, with the universe, knowing that the universe is going to catch me, knowing that the universe is going to catch you. And not only that, what I want for myself, y'all, genuinely, is absolutely what I want for you as well. I am my soul tribe's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. I am my brother's keeper. Really, I really want that for everybody that crosses this platform, that crosses my path, be that permanent, temporarily, seasonally, okay? Maybe just coming through for a season. Whatever it is, I really hope that you get something that you can add to your beautiful repertoire, if you will, bag of wisdom. Come through, Spirit. This says the path to light. Okay, look at the colors. I like to show you the colors. This one reminds me of the galaxy. I like it. It says the path to light. I make the conscious choice to move towards the light one step at a time, being patient with myself, loving and kind. I transform my weaknesses into my strengths by mastering my thoughts. I overcome obstacles with positivity and acceptance. Ooh, that's a powerful word. Positivity, yes. Acceptance, Ooh, acceptance is comparable to surrendering, to forgiveness. You know how you just got situations that you like, dang, that really happened to me? Once you accept, yes, it happened. 2, you have the right and the power to decide how you want to remember it, right? 3, realizing that irregardless to how you feel, essentially it came into your life to teach you a lesson, wisdom, understanding, seeing it from the eyes of source, putting yourself in a position where you're keeping it a buck, keeping it real, being honest, holding yourself accountable to either something that you needed to know, maybe something you ignored, or maybe something that you didn't realize about yourself. This situation absolutely taught you that. Acceptance, that is the word for the day, the night, the morning. Acceptance, releasing. I accept and I release. Once you accept something, you have to extract what it is that you need from it, with the hopes that it's going to do something good for you. Because you know the universe is real good about giving you circumstances that are something like what you had to go through just to see if you've learned your lesson. 9 times out of 10, it's 100% chance that it's about self-love. Everything goes back to love, unconditional love. It really does. It really does. Okay, so this says, I develop my gifts and I extend my light to every being unconditionally. I love life. I'm so glad to be here with y'all. I'm so grateful for life. I'm so glad that I can just sit here, have a conversation. It's calming, it's healing, it's beautiful, it's revealing. It makes me feel vulnerable. I feel happy that somebody watching this is going to feel the same beautiful energy, and they could very well get something totally different out of the message. Whatever it is, it will be something that you need. And that's beautiful, right? It's all about perception. Holy Spirit, beautiful angels. Hi, angels. Yeah, this says, learning to love myself. Come on, Spirit. Okay, well, you know, I love myself. Say that over and over. Find a mirror, find a reflection, or just imagine yourself in your mind's eye. I like to always imagine my little self, her little face. You know, like I want to kiss her face. When I see my little self, I just want to kiss her face. Like, girl, come here, you little baby doll. And she was so, let me tell you, as a child, I'm going to be honest with you, I'm the same. I talked a lot. I was funny. I used to sing and dance. Okay. Every time there was a camera, I was jumping in front of it, right? That was me. I used to always get talks too much. Well, I had a lot to say. I was very verbal. I was not the child that was mute. It's like, is something wrong with her? No, I was always talking. And I was funny. Very energetic, you know. I love my mama and I love my daddy. At 5 years old, I was like, oh my God, what do you mean death is real? I had processed death at 5 years old. I was like, oh my God, if my mama died, what am I gonna do, child? At 5, I was like, what if my daddy dies? Like I really grasped the spirit realm at 5. I remember it. And I'm like, okay, so we didn't come to stay. You know, like I'm that kid. And they're like, ooh, she got an old soul. I was prophesying, didn't know. Child just wanted to dance and sing, you know. And I always encountered people that needed healing. That's a whole other story, okay? Nevertheless, this is learning to love myself. I choose to see the beauty in me. My wealth lies in my nature and potential. I transform my weaknesses into strengths. I realize that I am being, what is this? Oh, that I am being used by the Most High to do beautiful things. Okay, I was like, what am I reading? Okay, this says, and I also am realizing that I am a being of light and I allow myself to shine. Oh, 12:55 on the clock. Come through, Spirit. Listen. Two more cards, Spirit. Two more. Thank you, Spirit. This says inner beauty. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, universe. Thank you for everybody that's watching this video. Even the people that don't like, love, share, that don't comment. If you just come across it for just a few minutes, I pray that there's a message that just goes into your spirit, that resonates, and it's a seed that's going to grow into something beautiful. I really do hope that for you and myself. So shall it be. Let's make that contagious. Listen, this says inner beauty. You know I got to show y'all the colors. Look at the colors. 35:22 on the clock. This says inner beauty. I open the eyes of my heart and I direct my gaze to the light within every being. Personality and physical appearance are in the image of man and or woman. Beauty is in the eye of the beholder. From the inside out I shine. Beauty and goodness are in the image of God. This is beautiful. You know what this says to me? It's like when you see somebody, no matter what their color, their sex, their creed, their religious preference, seeing the God in them, right? I recognize and I honor the God in you. It's giving me namaste energy, assalamu alaikum energy, shalom energy, yeah, peace be with you energy, paz, P-A-Z, como se dice peace in Spanish is paz. Listen, I always try to say blessings in Spanish and I gotta get my syllables back together. Like I used to be able to speak Spanish a whole lot better, y'all. See how I'm just having a moment? See how I just start checking myself in the middle? I need to get my Spanish up, but I used to be able to say it. Is it bendiciones? Somebody comment down below. I know that siempre is always, always blessings, something like that. Okay, I'm going to get my Spanish together. Nevertheless, the calm, it says. Ooh, I just heard the calm after the storm. So no matter what you've had to go through to get to this point, just know that there is peace and understanding, right? Awareness of who you are, who you once were, and acceptance is what I keep hearing. Love where you are, accept where you are, total submission and or submersion in this current beautiful new existence that you're manifesting. Thoughts are things, they're words. Your words are powerful, I just heard. Contentment, blending in with the right environment, with the right people. This says the calm. I breathe, I live, I grow. The light within me continues to grow. And I'm calm about that. I do one thing at a time, and I focus on the present moment. I cast off my doubts, all my fears dissipates, and I find peace in my being. Did y'all feel that? It was like a beautiful shift, you know? It's so calming. What is it that Spirit wants us to know? Beautiful angels, beautiful divine universe, so loving and kind. Thank you for opening up the divine realm of discernment and or intuition by way of our crown chakra. Thank you for giving us peace at a time that the world needs more peace. I pray that this message becomes contagious. Shout out to all the beautiful life coaches, Reiki healers, high priestess, anybody that is just doing their best to be positive. Maybe you're just nice to somebody at the store. Maybe you fed a homeless person and nobody saw it, but you know that Spirit saw and you did it because it made you feel good, right? I pray you get your spiritual accolades. The ethers is celebrating beautiful light workers. That makes me happy. It's not an easy position to be in, but it's becoming a lot easier because we've surrendered to the understanding of who we are. Listen, this is the beautiful Great Awakening. This says specialization. I cannot make it up. So if you're in some type of spiritual work, whatever you specialize in, Spirit says you're going to go to the next level. We're going to go to the next level. Look at how beautiful the colors are. It reminds me of alchemy. Alchemy, water, butterflies, birds, taking flight, flying high, soaring above whatever you thought you couldn't soar above, can't is not in your vocabulary. Fear doesn't exist. You are fearless, wonderfully made. Look at this, how just Spirit is using my physical body and my voice. Shout out to my voice. Specialization, something that you're really good at. You're a very special group of people. Yes, we are. The world needs more people like us, and I pray that there are more people that awaken to the beauty of what it is that they can be and how God really intended for us to be. I feel like this is back to the basics, remembering why we started, why we chose to be in the world at this time on this planet. Remembering your divine soul contract. This says dependability. I am my brother's keeper. I am my sister's keeper. Can y'all see that? It gives me Gemini energy, the twins, communication. Mercury retrograde energy is what I get from that. The color purple represents royalty, royal lineage. Orange is about vibration, creativity, solar plex energy. Green represents the heart. Blue represents the throat chakra. Look at that. Look how we just read that card together. Okay? So I speak my peace. I speak the truth authentically. I do it clearly. And I also have a spirit that can receive the truth. Thank you, Spirit. So dependability is about humanity. Humanity. Spiritually being compatible. Meeting other people that have the same gifts as you. Working together for the greater good of all of humanity. That is truly the divine collective. That's what the divine collective is. Collectively working together. Your gift might be a little bit different than my gift, but my gift is supposed to work with you by way of peace, love, light, and harmony. There is no competition amongst beautiful people who are special. We just represent one another in different ways, and we recognize that our gifts are to be used as we are like one big whole, right? So it's just like my hand. Source is the palm, and the fingers are the collective, right? So when these fingers start to work, if we all, just decide to surrender, right? And love one another in a way that's so beautiful, we can do something really great for the Most High God, working collectively. The fingers don't move without the hand. The hand don't move without the wrist. The arm and the wrist don't move without the neck and the shoulder. I almost start to break down the medical terms. The clavicle. What are these called in medical terms? Phalanges. Did I tell y'all I was going to be a doctor? Child, I'll tell y'all that on the next video. Oh, the phalanges and the metacarpals and the metatarsals and, the clavicle. The clavicle doesn't move without the mandible or the frontal lobe. I love y'all, I do. Thank you for letting me be myself. Thank you. Okay, so this says rediscovery, okay? This reminds me of the inner child. The inner child, look at her. Hey, girl. Rediscovering, again, back to the basics. Doing more of what you love to do. I love to color. That was one of my favorite childhood things to do, was to color. Right? I can crochet. I love to use my hands. My hands are very blessed. So I've always been doing stuff in life with my hands. Even when I talk with my hands, it's like I can't not talk with my hands. Rediscovering your power, rediscovering, right? Also represents, in being somebody new, rediscovering now that you know what it is that you know, now that you've been through whatever it is that you've been through, now that you're in this energy of accepting that it's okay, all is well, you're exactly where you're supposed to be. One has to rediscover direction, I just heard. Which direction are we going in? And let there be no doubt or confusion. Just be still and know that everything is unfolding as it should. Right? Sometimes that's a little difficult for people, especially like myself. Child, I'm so systematic. I got to know everything all the time. And then with my gift, sometimes Source don't show me things. Source will teach me a lesson and be like, nah, you can't always know every doggone thing. I'm like, oh my God. Is the money coming or not? Is he coming or not? Is she coming or not? Like, these are the things sometimes by way of my manifestation. And Spirit is like, no, listen. I'm going to need you to just surrender and know that everything is going in the right direction, which is always representing the fact that maybe there's something that you need to know before you get to said point, or before you get to that relationship, or before you get to that new house, or whatever it is that you're wanting. Sometimes there's a lesson, in between time that you need to learn, that I need to learn before we get to whatever it is, right? But just know that it's going to happen right on time. Okay? It's an energy, it's an attitude. At the bottom of the deck is alchemy, manifestation, big Mercury retrograde, Gemini energy. So really, really understanding that right now the universe is very, very sensitive to our energy on this planet. What you say holds a lot of weight, okay? So making sure that your words, your throat chakra, your heart chakra, your crown chakra, your root chakra are all in alignment for something good. You know what I mean? Like in a real way, right? Yeah, remembering that, understanding that, accepting that, being mindful of our thoughts and words, rediscovering, you know, what makes me happy, what keeps me happy, because happiness is really a personal responsibility. So this is absolutely giving, continue to go within and continue to love oneself no matter what, because that in itself is always going to be your best asset. It's going to absolutely open up the door for beautiful realms and possibilities, things that maybe you only dreamed about, right? Love and self, the power of love. You know, I had to learn that in a very interesting way. I'll share that on the next video, but I love y'all. This is the time where we take our arms. If you want to do this, if you're laying down, maybe in the bathtub, maybe you, I don't know, whatever you're doing. I'm just so glad you're here with me and I'm here with you. Mikase Sukasa. Wrap your arms around yourself and just hug yourself, reminding yourself that you have every right to be here. You are no less than the stars, the trees, the animals, and the planets in the galaxy, and you absolutely do matter. Your inner child is laughing. Your inner child is having a really good time because your inner child has vision, and they always knew the way. Trust and know that. I love y'all, okay? So until then, I will see you in the next video. I love you. Peace be with you.